saying that we all need money. At any given point, we all have money. But do we always have money for the things that we need? The difference between having money for what's important and just having it is in the planning. As we go through this series, we hope to help you plan your finances better and make your money work for you. Now today, Raphael and I are looking at the art of living. Raphael, what is the art of living?
Thank you, Candice. The art of living is just what life it is. Life is not static. You have got to plan every stage of your life. That's why we call the art of living, as it relates to everything that we do.
Okay, now what are some of the factors that affect our financial planning on a day-to-day basis when we are looking at this art of living?
Generally, you are looking at your lifestyle, the needs, and the events that take place in your life. So all those things require money. So when we talk about these events, the lifestyle needs to be sustained. So you need money to buy the things that you want in order to maintain that lifestyle. Number two, there are things that we want to have. So you need to plan to buy those things. So you need money in order to acquire the things that you want. Number three, we are saying there are events that happen in one's life, planned or unplanned. So effectively, those things determine why we needed to plan, particularly the unplanned ones. So we need to take precaution.
Okay, now let's look at it, for example, let's say your values, your goals, your personal choices. How does these affect your financial planning?
Values is what makes a person. Value is what determines your community. So your values determine how you want to live, the lifestyle. So in other words, as you look at your values, it determines how you must plan. That's number two. Your values, like I said, determine the lifestyle. It means they determine your aspiration. As it determines your aspirations, it means it determines how you must plan and get the money. And it is also then your values become the foundation for the values of your children and how you want your children and everyone else associated with you to live.
Raphael, does background play any role at all in financial planning?
Background is key, Candice. You know, we take for granted the background. There are some people who, where they come from, they don't even know how to plan. Planning is in them, it's passive. But there are those who grew up in a business sense. Planning is very active. It needs to be taken into account. So background is everything. And we need to be very careful when we talk about background. We are not saying, did you grow up poor or rich? No. We are saying background as far as the planning aspects are concerned.
Now, you've mentioned that life is not static. So there are things that happen in life, major life events. We can't tell, for example, when your daughter might get married or when you might fall sick, or those are some of the things in life that are not planned, that you can't really say, I can plan for them, can you? But how do they affect you as you make your decisions with your money?
These events, I think they are key, major life events. Birth of a child, it has to be planned for because you are bringing life into play. The time for the child to go to school is key. You need to plan for it. We want it to be happy. So marriage of a child, son or a daughter, is key. You need to plan for it. So it means it requires financial planning. And then there are some events like death. You don't plan for them. Illness, you don't plan for them. But what it means is to say, because you don't know when they happen, you need to always plan. Have something in place in case it happens. And then there is something called retirement. So that's a major life event.
Right.
You also need to plan where you're going to be, who you are going to be with, what you'll be doing. So financial planning is everything.
Now, we have to consider, of course, the element of lifestyle and life cycles. You know, my lifestyle is usually how I want it to be, what I want in my life, what I want to experience. But it's not always reflected by the current state of my pocket. Where do we balance that out when we are planning our finances?
Let's look at lifestyle. Lifestyle is a choice. So if it is a choice, what does it mean, Candice? It means you have got to plan for the choice. You have got to nurture the choice. That's one issue. And then you are saying life need. You've got a lifestyle, and then you've got your own needs. So needs are then derived from the lifestyle. So for you to sustain the lifestyle, it means you need to meet the need. In order to meet the need, you need to plan for it. To plan for it means you need to have the finances in place. To have the finances in place, plan how you're going to generate and spend the finances.
Okay. Now, that's not always something we take into consideration. We are currently living in a time where we are ready to spend as soon as we get. How do we stop this habit and instead nurture a habit of forward planning for how we spend the money that we receive?
Habits are very hard to eliminate. But like I've always said, we all need money. So the starting point to have is you need to have $1, whether in your pocket or in your bank account. So that's the starting point. So the critical thing to understand and to build financial planning is just to budget. And
Budgeting.
to budget, and budget.
I think that's a lesson that we need to have for another day in itself.
In itself,
Raphael,
yes.
Because budgeting is not exactly everybody's strong suit. But I hope you have been paying attention to the bits and pieces of the discussion today, and you have been taking these factors into consideration. Tell us, which of them apply to you, if any at all? Or maybe it's all of them. Just feel free to tell us in the comments section what works for you currently. How are you maintaining your lifestyle? How are you starting this journey to planning your finances? Raphael, thank you so much for your insight today.
Thank you for the discussion, Candice.
What are we discussing next time?
Next time, we want now to look straight into the actual financial planning.
Okay.
The stages that we go through and how we must impact on other people's lives, how we are going to plan and everything.
All right, so that's a discussion you definitely don't want to miss out on. So we will see you in the next episode where we're looking at how to actively plan your finances. In the meantime, like I said, drop your comments in the comment section. Let us know what it is that you want to hear from us, and also just let us know your thoughts on today's episode. My name is Candice. Be kind to each other, but be kinder still to yourselves. We'll see you next time.